All right, guys, how's it going? Now, before I get into this video, I just want to let you know I'll be live on here tonight at 6 o'clock UK time for about an hour. All right, so if you want to come along for an answer about all things LFC and anything else that takes you fancy, you know what Spectre's like when he turns up, just pop along at 6 and we'll have an answer. All right, so this is going to be a long video, right, because there's a lot to get through. And I need to look at my notes and show you a few things. If you don't have much time or you don't have a very good attention span, what I can say is as follows. You might have heard that Real Madrid and Manchester City want to sign Dominik Szoboszlai, right? Now, you might have seen that from Twitter twats, you might have seen it in various, blogs and whatnot. Even Sky Sports News, right, are discussing it. They've got Szoboszlai here. What I can tell you is they're all saying that this is according to Spanish newspaper AS, right? You don't pronounce it AS, but I do. There's a reason for that. It doesn't matter. If you pronounce the proper word, it sounds like, you know what I'm saying? And YouTube sometimes pulls my videos up stupidly. So anyway, according to Spanish newspaper AS, Man City and Real Madrid want to sign Dominik Szoboszlai. I can tell you right now, if you do not have time to watch the video, that is kind of true. But they're citing a report that came from Hungary earlier in the week, right? And it wasn't like an exclusive. It wasn't an article stating that. It was more of an opinion thing to do with Szoboszlai and what his wages are and could be and should be. And this has come out in Hungary during contract negotiations with Liverpool. So basically, in my opinion, I think it's the agent at work in Hungary. And a couple of days later, it was picked up in Spain, amplified, but they didn't cite the original report. Does that make sense? So if you're watching this and you haven't got time and you want to log off right now, and you're seeing claims that it's coming from Spain, while technically true, they've picked it up from somewhere else. And it makes a big, big difference because all the Twitter twats and the aggregators and everything, they're making it sound like, oh, it's coming from Madrid, they're after him. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, all right? I'm going to go through the full thing with the rest of you right now. So where should we start? Okay, let me look at my notes here. So you've probably seen all the aggregators and social media fucking pricks shouting reports in Spain claim Madrid and City want Szoboszlai. It looks like it's some big new revelation, right? But when you actually trace it back, it's not what it looks like. Now, the original story didn't come from Spain, like I just said. It came from an outlet called HIR-TV in Hungary. And that came out on November the 7th. And I have the original up here. Now, we'll go through what it says in a moment, right? I don't need to put it on the screen to you or anything. I will go through exactly what it says. And this article is what sparked all the, the stuff in Spain and all over the place and resulted in stuff like this. The Devo C. Cop website here, you can see virtually impossible to navigate around this website because of the amount of advertising on it. And this headline here, for example, Real Madrid and Manchester City show interest in standout Liverpool star. That gets the traffic in, the clicks in for all these adverts that are appearing. And it is about Dominik Szoboszlai, obviously, right? But what they don't do is dig into things like I do for you to show you where this all comes from and why it happens. All they're saying, again, is Spanish outlet AS report that Real Madrid and Man City are monitoring the situation closely. Now, the BBC have a football gossip page, right? And I check this every day. And this was discussed on the Cop Talk VIP members website today. And someone said, oh, I see that the BBC are linking Szoboszlai with Real Madrid, right? But it isn't the BBC. The BBC are doing their daily transfer rumours summary, if you like. And what they say, again, is Manchester City and Real Madrid are both interested in Liverpool and Hungary midfielder Dominik Szoboszlai, 25. And then they're saying it's from AS and the original article is in Spanish. So what they're saying is, there's a rumour and it's coming from AS. But again, it goes further back than that, right? So it's not the BBC. If the BBC were publishing under the football section their own article about Real Madrid and Szoboszlai, that would be a bit serious business, you know what I mean? But it's not, it's just on their rumour page. Again, if you go through social media, if you look at X, we've got Sky Sports there making the same claims. Transfer Market Co. UK, you'll have heard of this website. Real Madrid and Man City are monitoring Szoboszlai. And you can, if you keep scrolling down, LFC Transfer Room. Actually, that one is not about that, but it is a bit lower, this one. LFC Transfer Room, right? New AS. Real Madrid and Man City are following very closely the situation of Liverpool midfielder Dominik Szoboszlai, right? So you might get a bit squeaky bum from that. But and even below, look, Transfer News Live, the same shite, right? So these people don't care about you getting the truth, right? They do not care about giving you the truth. They just want the interaction. And Real Madrid sounds big and serious business. Reports in Spain. I'm sure I only mentioned this morning on my morning briefing. So you get the idea here, right? They're putting it all down to reports coming from Madrid. But that's not how it started. So the original story came from HIR TV, a Hungarian outlet, on November the 7th. They claim Liverpool were trying to extend his deal, as we know, while both Real Madrid and Man City were realistic options if he didn't renew. A couple of days later, AS in Spain ran basically the same thing. Same talking points, same numbers, even the same contract details, but they didn't credit HIR TV. They didn't credit this, and say we've got it from here kind of thing. Then all the big football accounts, the aggregators, the Twitter twats, jumped on it and dressed it up as Spanish media reports, and reports in Madrid and all that. So the whole reports in Spain angle is misleading. It's just a recycled story from Hungary that AS repackaged. Now, the interesting bit, of course, is all of this happens when Szoboszlai and Liverpool are in contract negotiations. There's no quotes in this article, no evidence of meetings, no genuine information whatsoever, just noise linking him with two of the biggest clubs in Europe. Now, this is usually, a telltale sign of an agent leak, an agent planting a story, the kind of thing an agent would, float around to remind Liverpool of his clients' value, if you like, and that he deserves a pay rise. It's not a transfer story, it's leverage, right? So do not be fooled by the Spanish reports headlines. It looks like, and I think it is, some clever PR around the contract talks rather than anything coming out of Madrid or City. But these fuckers, right? They won't tell you that. They won't tell you that. They won't say to you, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, you don't need to get squeaky bum because I've done my homework and worked out where it's come from. They don't do that. I fucking do. Right, so what this article actually says, right? Because what if this was an exclusive? It's in Hungary, it's in his motherland and all that, What if it's an exclusive? Should we take this article seriously? Well, it isn't a transfer scoop at all. It's a wage and contract article. It's commentary, right? So it opens with the headline, right? £3 million a year is no longer enough. Here's what Dominik Szoboszlai is really worth. So it sets the tone straight away, right? It's about money, not movement. It's about money. Contract negotiations, it's so obvious, surely, right? So it says Szoboszlai earns about 120 grand a week, calls that average at Liverpool, and this other midfielders like Bellingham and Silva, Fernandes, is earning far more. It literally uses the word panic in the article, saying Liverpool are panicking and want to tie him down before Real Madrid or Manchester City pounds. Opinion, commentary, yeah? See what I mean? See, I love it when I love it. Kevin Keegan love it when we find something like this. I do, right? It's a speculative warning, right? It's not a sourced claim. There's no mention of interest from Madrid or City being confirmed, just that the Sharks are gathering. And then all the other wankers, right? Even the journalists here in Spain, in Madrid, they're citing this, but not telling everyone, we we picked it up on some opinion article. They've made it sound big. Then the Twitter twats and aggregators want to scare the shit out of you because that creates the clicks and the interaction, right? It references Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah, right? So if you're not from around these parts, you won't understand that. Saying he confirmed Liverpool are working on a new deal, which he did. He has done that, right? And then uses that fact as a springboard to insert the Madrid and City names. The article closes by saying Liverpool are preparing an improved offer of £180,000 to £200,000 per week, and that this makes sense financially compared to losing for over €100 million later. So it's more of an opinion-based financial comparison article, probably spun out of Retweet, Romano's New Deal story, than a genuine transfer report. The Madrid City bit is colour, not news. So what's going on? I think you've twigged it already, guys, right? First, the leak, Liverpool want to renew story, comes through Romano, right? So it comes through him, right? We know that's what he does. Then, push a friendly national outlet, in this case Hungarian, to highlight how underpaid your client is compared to his peers. Sprinkling the names of two elite clubs, Madrid and Manchester City, to make sure Liverpool's, management and owners see headlines that say, panic, sharks, Real Madrid. Finally, Spanish media picks it up, reframes it as, Real Madrid and Man City are watching Szoboszlai, don't tell you where it's come from. The Twitter twats pick it up, the aggregators, and the rumour cycle explodes. Do you get it, guys? This is the agent, in my opinion. This is the agent, right? So, what else can I tell you? It's a clever play. Get his own media to say he's underpaid. Get the Spanish press to echo it. And let the Liverpool board read about Real Madrid interest, job done. That's it. That's it. But you know what annoys me, right? I'm going to tell you, this is what annoys me, right? Is... like Cop Talk, right? My baby of a website, right? I don't know if it's here behind me. There it is, Cop Talk. There's the members' website, right? I started that in the 1990s, right? And I took great pride and satisfaction, and still do, in telling people, this is what's happening, this isn't what it is or isn't, or this is what I think, stuff like this, helping people, because I have my members on here. This is a we call it the shout box. It's a chat room, and this is why I'm making the video, right? So if you look here, BBC gossip as City and Madrid looking at Szoboszlai, right? So, and then someone said, but Szoboszlai's about to sign a new deal, I thought, question marks. So it's creating confusion, yeah? One of the lads says, probably Madrid putting something out there to try and persuade him not to sign. And our chip in, he said, nah, it originates from Hungary here, during contract negotiations, of course, so therefore you would be suspicious. AS amplified it, but didn't cite the original claims, and I'll write an article about it later, I think. What I do is I try to tell people what's really going on, right? You know how many times I'll go in and say, look, I'm telling you about this exclusive, it's a load of shit. And people go, well, what are you telling us for then? It's like, well, so you know where the rumour originates from. If you look all over the interwebs today, right, whether you go on Google News, BBC Gossip here, or search, social media, they're all telling you about the reports in Spain. Man City and Real Madrid want to sign Dominik Szoboszlai, but it doesn't even say that in the original piece, right? But this is Sky Sports News. And then I get people in the comment section going, I don't believe it unless it's on Sky Sports News. There they go. They don't give a fuck whether they're telling you the truth or not. Look, they've got a fancy article here. Let's see news thing. According to Spanish newspaper AS, Man City and Real Madrid want to sign Dominik Szoboszlai, right? But it's not true. It's an opinion piece here, and guess what the opinion piece or the commentary is about? His fucking wages during a time when they're negotiating a contract. Come on, guys. Man, come on. Nah. And every one of these people, here in the background, right? They could do that little bit of homework and tell you, but they don't care whether they're telling you the truth. But they're not lying to you. What they're saying is Real Madrid and Manchester City show interest because they're just listening to the Spanish reports, but they're not digging into it. You know what I mean? Like if I do an article, which I will, and I will put it on Cop Talk, it'll say, hey, you might have seen, or basically what I'm saying in this video, yeah, AS did say that. They did. But they literally said word for word what came out of Hungary. That's it. Right? So, now you can go on there and reply to any of these fuckers, can't you? You can say, hang on a minute, have you done your homework, big dunkers? There you go. Right, that's it. I've got nothing else to say. It just fucking annoys me. It really, really, really annoys me. Because I feel sorry for people today. Because what Liverpool website in the world, right? Forget Cop Talk, right? Because I don't really do a lot of news articles now, written news articles. Do you know why I don't? Because the revenue is so poor. I could spend all day writing news articles for €2 or €3. Seriously, how the fuck do I survive on that? How do I pay the bills on that, right? Which is why when you visit websites on the internet, they've got all these adverts everywhere and stuff popping up left, right, and centre. Look, you know what I mean? What's all this shite? Yeah. So because the advertising is so poor today, they have to lure you in. So people aren't bothered. I mean, that might not be the case with here, but they haven't done their homework, have they? It's all about traffic and advertising and clicks and all that. There ain't one decent Liverpool website in the world today. There isn't. There fucking isn't. There isn't. The only way you're going to get any news today concerning Liverpool Football Club that's worth like thinking I can trust that is me, because I'm not going to lie to you. No, you got Paul Joyce, you got Ornstein, right? Look, another advert popping up at the fucking bottom, right? Paul Joyce, Ornstein, but they're not specifically to Liverpool. You only get bits here and there. If you go on here, on social media, right? I have a thing up here, say Liverpool or whatever. It's a load of shite. It's complete fucking guff. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about keeping the fans informed anymore. Nobody. They don't care. It's fuck all. There's nothing. Used to be good. It used to be good, right? Because you used to get good money from advertising on these websites, right? This members website here, this is my VIP website, right? There's not an advert on it. Not on it, right? It does piss me off. Even if you go to the front page of Cop Talk, right? Because the members website is supported by a membership, right? The front page of Cop Talk, one advert you can see there, 2 more down here, right? These are the fuckers that try to skank me, which you'll have heard about. But if you click on a news article, right? That's it. 2 adverts on the whole page. Nothing popping up, nothing getting on your nerves, nothing. Do you get any thanks for it? Do you fuck? But you know what I'm saying? Like, years ago, you used to get good advertising revenue. So people didn't have to lie. They didn't have to mislead. Now, they just want your clicks. And you're fucking stupid if you entertain these people. If you follow any of these morons on here that are telling you today that Real Madrid and Man City want Szoboszlai, that means they haven't done their homework. That means they don't give a fuck about you. That's it. Muff. All right, Muff. It annoys me. It does. Look, what difference does it make to me? Think about it. What difference does it make to me? I've made my video. If people want to support me, they'll support me. But I'm genuinely bothered that the amount of people that will read this stuff online are being misled, or even if not intentionally misled, because AS have said that. Nobody's actually looked into it and said, oh, is that something the fans should be worried about? Are AS onto something here? Do you know what I mean? Nobody cares. They don't care. And that bothers me because I know that you guys are on social media or you read articles and you're getting a very, very poor standard, I think, of news. All right? Maybe I shouldn't be passionate. Maybe I shouldn't give a fuck. Maybe I should just think, oh, just do a video and make it catchy and all that. 3 minutes long, 3 minutes long, you know. That's what they tell you, make your videos 3 minutes long to maintain, you know, or retain, what's it called, viewer retain. Fuck that shit. Nah, tell my people's the fucking truth, man, and that's it, right? So, don't be worried about it, right? And another thing, if it popped up in AS, now, Jose Felix Diaz doesn't work for Marca anymore, he works for AS now, he's left Marca after 31 years. If that fucker writes an article saying it, and it's his own work, then yeah, we'll be a bit squeaky bum then. But you've got to remember there's contract negotiations going on right now with Liverpool, so you can expect that shite to pop up in Hungary, can't you? All right? Them divs, right, they should know fucking better, right? But they probably do, but they don't care. Right, I'm going to go. If you enjoyed this video, if you found this video informative, please thumbs up the video, right? Just thumbs it up. Drop me a comment if you've got anything interesting to say. There's a love art under the video if you want to support my channel. I don't subject you to all this shit. That's why I have a love art thing. You know what I mean? You're fucking clickbaiting around here, right? So there's a love art under the video if you want to support. You can join my channel if you want to support it. If you want to buy me a beer, there's a link to Revolut in the video description. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cost out to thumbs up a video and drop me a comment, does it? Some people are too bone idle to do that. No, but they'll quite happily let me go and read these motherfuckers all day long, won't they? See you in a bit. All right.